Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you so much for joining me here today. I hope you're having an amazing day. We're going to take a quick look at Gala. Before we do, we'll look at Bitcoin as well, kind of see what's going on with that bad boy over here. And we are kind of trending right around 57,000. And I have this line these lines drawn up here. You might recognize that's considered a double bottom. There's a strong potential we are experiencing that type of behavior. In other words, where the price comes down to the first bottom, which is 56,000, bounces, comes up to a previous support level, now resistance at 60, back down to 56, and then to likely break 60,000 and then come back and test it one more time. That's the typical ways in which you see this pattern happen. Is it going to happen? Perhaps. Is it for sure? Definitely not. I think it's more likely to happen than not, just based on the sheer fact that, I'd say like 60, 70% of the time, in my experience, you see this happen more often than not. But again, Bitcoin is behaving odd. There's a lot of speculation. Black Friday is going to be a red day. I don't really know. It's hard to say specifically, but the charts tell us that we're trending and kind of, starting that pattern, right? We'll see soon, of course. I think it all matters where the one-day candlestick closes. That's the important thing. We'll take a look at that later. Now on to Gala, and just really quick here, just gotta throw this out. I've been trading for over 15 years, and my goal is to help you become a better trader. That's why I designed this trading channel as well as my trading group, right? Because I actually have a trading community where we all learn and grow together, and it becomes just an amazing experience. And it's really cool because I share signals for every single trade that I take, so you can kind of see what it's like to structure trades. And it's really awesome. So definitely check that out. Got an amazing group of folks there, so super happy and couldn't be happier with it. So really good stuff. Anyways, back to Gala. Not enough data, of course, here in this chart or this exchange to effectively give us more than just a 50-day 7 moving average. That's trailing behind. Doesn't matter right now. We're not going to worry about that for a while. We've got the price coming back down, at least the RSI coming back down to 80. That's good. That's healthy. If it came down even further, it'd be just fine. I'm speculating that Gala will not increase sharply in the near future. We might see some slow continuations to the upside within these channels, but I don't, based on its momentum and how much it's moved. I mean, you look at this here, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 days ago, it was at 9 cents, right? And it increased 431% approximately from bottom to top in just say 7 days. So 1 week, 430% growth. Are you surprised to see the price down where it's at right now? I know I'm not. In fact, I'm surprised it hasn't gone down further. However, there is kind of a certain limitation, according to Fibonacci retracement that we should expect to see. And we'll take a look at that here soon, kind of see what's going on. But the bottom line is that it's behaving normal for a coin that jumped 400%. I mean, you got a 400% increase in the stock market, and people would just be going crazy. This is a normal thing in cryptocurrency. Keep that in mind. We're all completely desensitized to these crazy increase in growth, and we're not used to the fact that it could and shouldn't be this high, if that makes any sense. Anyways, just letting you know, I think Gala's in good shape. It does look like it's consolidating closer to support. So right now it does look like they have a strong support level here at about, what, 36 cents? 36.2? Because that's proven to be tested 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, now 6, almost 7 times. So it's tested quite a few times and held. Bear this in mind though, the more often you test a support level, the more likely it is to break. It doesn't become stronger. It becomes stronger in the sense that it was a previous high, right? You can tell that it had difficulty closing right there at this point. But for right now, it's kind of on a razor's edge, for lack of better terms, and there's potential it could go lower. And we'll find out, obviously, if that's the case. Not trying to scare you at all, but if we lose 50 on the RSI in the 4-hour, I'm going to be concerned. That's the big indication right there, because that's telling us if it's oversold or overbought right now. Right now, it's kind of fair to midland, right in the middle. Not really sure where it's going to go. But if we lose that support there, that key level support at 36 cents, and then, of course, we see 50 on the RSI starting to become 47, 44, 40, then it might be a consideration to be concerned. Just bear in mind, the lower the price goes, the lower the RSI goes, the more likely it is to return. There's that sentiment as well. But yeah, I'm not surprised to see Gala doing, underperforming right now, considering the fact that it should not have gone this high this quick. Okay? So we just got to be real with ourselves in that sense. Plus, keep in mind too, Bitcoin's been just kind of, like I like to say, stuck on stupid, and it really doesn't really want to increase or do much of anything. And this is kind of following that similar pattern in a sense, right? Not entirely, but sort of. So we just got to be real with that as well. Now, taking a look here at the 1-hour chart, let's go ahead and see what's going on with TD sequential. We're right around 7. That's pretty standard for the circumstance. So we could expect maybe just a 2 to 6 more hours of retracement. But I would more likely than not guess that we're going to see some sideways action right here, and we're going to get a reset, and then price will probably try to come back up. But keep this in mind. We are making lower lows consistently. Not lower highs per se, because we did have this little anomaly right here. But we're making lower lows. So that's generally unhealthy, but being really close to this support level has proven to be a strong support in the past. Gives me a little bit of hope knowing that this should and could be the bottom, especially with 50 on the RSI kind of getting tested right now. So again, a little early to tell, but I think based on that sentiment alone, we're looking fairly good. I wouldn't say that we're seeing a bunch of bearish tendencies here. We're kind of more so seeing neutral tendencies, which is good. Consolidation is healthy. We need consolidation. We could do this for 2 more weeks and I'd be happy with it based on the sheer fact that it increased 400% in 7 days. We've got to understand that. This isn't necessarily a sandbox, right? It's a different scenario. So just keep that in mind. Some coins like KuCoin just have a tendency of going crazy because they're getting marketed like hell, right? They have this strong social sentiment. Gala's good, don't get wrong, but yeah, it's not the same, okay? That being said, let's go ahead and move on to Ishimoku Cloud, kind of see where we're at. The conversion line's below the baseline, right? So that's considered not a buy signal. That'd basically be still be considered a sell signal. So for lack of better terms here, we can see the price. We got plenty of time before we should expect a turnaround according to the cloud. In other words, the cloud is basically telling us we still have an open season right now for a short position. Okay, so this is usually not a great sign. The only reason why I'm not super concerned is the fact that we are holding at support level here, and that we're getting closer to this, state of exhaustion, for lack of better terms. But again, there's a lot more bearish if you look at this here, but still fairly neutral. So I think we're neutral to bearish, if that makes any sense. Definitely not bullish on Gala right now. If it turned around tomorrow, I'd be extremely shocked. So I think that what we should expect to see is consolidation. If the price lowers between, below 36 cents, the saving grace we have is 33 cents, right? That would be the secondary support right here. Okay. Now, usually on Fibonacci retracement, you don't see the price go much lower than this red line here. So 0.236, you shouldn't expect it to come back down that low. But again, it ramped up way too fast, way too quick. I wouldn't be surprised if it did. So not to concern you at all, but generally speaking here, I don't think we're looking fantastic. We're going to be hopefully holding support at 36. If we lose that support, we'll have to look at it again and kind of see what's going on. The key takeaway here, I would say, is to pay attention to where the one-day candlestick closes. Okay, so if this one-day candlestick can close above 36 cents, then we're going to be in much better shape than if it closes below. That's my sentiment, because that is a big indication of what's moving on and what's happening with the coin, is where the one-day candlestick closed. Because again, it spent the most amount of time in that range, right? So if right now 36 cents, I would say, is a better case scenario. We shouldn't expect a major correction, nor should we expect a major increase. It should just kind of stay where it is. We want it to go sideways for a few more days, honestly, because that way it can stabilize, it can consolidate, the bears can take their profits, the bulls can essentially average their position, and we can get this nice little foundation for an increase, right? Because you have to have a good, healthy foundation to be able to build anything on, right? Like what, I'm not going to throw analogies out there. I think you get the idea. Anything is good, anything is better, really, with a strong foundation. So that's kind of what we're looking at there, all in all. So my prediction is just to have the price go sideways for a few more days. That would ultimately be the best case scenario. If we lose this support level and drop down to 33 cents, we'll reevaluate. We'll reestablish Fibonacci retracement line, see how much lower it could go at that time. But I don't personally think it's going to go much lower at this time. I think it's healthy that it's consolidating right here. In fact, let's take a quick look at the volume and see where the most amount of volume is accumulated. Obviously, we got a tremendous amount of volume at 22 cents, but secondary to that, we're looking at about 37 as a strong volume support. Okay, so that's right in the price range where it's at. So since the fact we have the most accumulation in the last, just say 3 trading days, let's see, right around there. Yep, right around, between 36 and 39. We're right there, right where the volume is accumulating the most, right? So that's a good sign. That kind of helps us understand that the price is right where it should be. Because volume does speak very loud. We need to make sure to listen. But all in all, I think we're in good shape here. It's not terrible, not great, but I wouldn't expect a shot to the moon, so to speak, right? It has to consolidate. It needs more time than just 2 days to increase 400%, right? It has to happen. So I'm happy with the way things are. And if you are currently in a position, just make sure to pay attention, see where the one-day candlestick closes, and that'll be our determining factor. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Thanks again for joining me here. We'll look forward to seeing the next one. If you're not currently a patron, consider subscribing. Thank you.